Howdy all, Nurse Dude here, and I had a little bit of a brain jolt this morning driving around in the sun glaring against my windshield. It needed to be cleaned and kind of had me thinking a little piece of kit that is rather overlooked, but a setup for cleaning optics and other things like that. So, obviously, you need something to clean up your little bit of goo, grime, dust, other things that collect on, whether it be your pistol's optic. Now I have my new 507, no, 509, 508, 508T on my new pistol I got. Works out very well. I like it. It's a little top heavy, but that's all right. I'll just get a slighter recoil spring. It has a light on it that I scabbed off my old pistol. And I've already noticed that the lenses are already getting dirty just from walking around with it and having it. Likewise, I also like keeping my PVS 14 really nice and clean whenever I need to use it, so that way I don't have dust, grime, and other things that are in the way. And for the myriad of lenses and other things that are, keeping it protected, whether it be my sacrificial lens or my rear lens that are sacrificial, whatever it may be. You have your glasses that you wear that you should wear for your eye pro. You have your lenses of your red dots, your scopes, and so on and so on and so on. I have just this little zip nylon bag. I honestly don't know where I found it, but it has a little carabiner on it. And first of all, let's get it all out here. We can lay it out and we can kind of talk about what I have in here and kind of a why. Normally I just stow this in my backpack, and the reason being is because that's where it best fits. I don't need to get in it all that often, but when I do typically kind of have to unbury everything. My backpack I can open up to be able to basically bifold it so I have a somewhat clean workspace if I need to. And we can kind of talk about some of the things in here. As you can see, it's got a couple bungee pouches in it with a divider, so it works out quite nicely. Maybe Amazon, I can't remember off the top of my head. We'll set that aside. All right, first of all, I have, believe it or not, a makeup brush. This works really well to be able to dust out some of just the surface grime and other dust on top of your lenses, so that way you can get it out really quick and easy if you need to do that. And then next on the list, I have my spare lens, sacrificial lenses for my night vision. These are various different brands. I think some of them are actual camera lenses. This one's an IR pass filter that I don't really use all that much. Here's just another clear one. I think this one might be a UV one. I can't quite remember. So this came with my, I believe it's a Tactical Tailor night vision pouch. I'll probably do a review on that later, but that's another good one that I always bring. I have a enclosed, fully clean micro cloth, so that way if I really need to do it and my other ones are dirty, I have a clean enclosed one. I have a couple various different size ones here. These are the Zesis or Zeiss, however you want to say it, ones that I've just kind of chopped up to have different sizes. I have a big one and two small ones. I use the pinking shears that I stole from my wife from her quilting stuff to be able to cut them up, so that way I have some various different sizes to be able to do what I need to do with them as we go down. I have a dust bulb. This is really handy for getting in kind of weird tight spaces that you may not be able to get into otherwise, like inside a sun shield for a long range scope. Being able to get in there and actively blow some air in there to get some of the dust out is really nice. It also has a rubber tip so you don't scratch your lens. So you can kind of see that here. A rubber tip, and then also it's really nice is that you can kind of turn it inside out to make it a little bit smaller when you store it. Going down the line, I have Cat Crap, great anti-fog for lenses. I haven't used this one yet. I have another bin that I keep in my glove box in the car. Works really well for sunglasses, for your eye pro, for whatever it may be. I have extra split rings for the night vision and other type of stuff that I might want to tie down, so that's really handy. I have my spare night vision arm, the tools to go with it, and a spare battery in here. I mostly keep this one in here because in all realities, your arm is kind of a sacrificial piece. And so in case I bust the one that I'm using currently, I have a backup. So take what you will on that. I have lens cleaning cloths in here. I just got a bunch of lens wipes and stuck them in there. You can get a big pack for really cheap, and then you end up using them anyways if you wear glasses. These I may not keep in here anymore, considering that I predominantly use my iris for my shield, or excuse me, for my focal adjustment, so that way I have a dual focal plane. I don't know. I mean, overall, in case if it cracks, I at least have a backup one for a sacrificial lens for the lens cap. So I may just only put one in here, so that way I have it, and then I have a spare daylight cover. Spare Demis shield. And I have these guys, which I think I might have a used one here that I can show you if I can find it in the trash. Yes, I do. These are called sensor cleaning swabs, and so they have a piece of lens cleaning cloth on the end of it, so that way you're able to get into the corners and swipe around and pick up stuff. I really like them. They're pretty cool. You can also use them for cleaning, as far as like picking up lubrication and or other stuff, and this stuff just comes off. They're really nice and malleable. I think they're cool. They're relatively cheap. I got a big box of them, and so I keep several inside. This could also be another one where you don't want to take off your sunshade hood on your long range rifle scope, but you still want to get in there, so you can do that with them. I also have a few pairs of surgical gloves. Nothing worse than getting your clean stuff all dirty because either your hands are dirty and or you got other crap going on. I always have chronically dry skin because I'm always washing them for work. So having little extra flakes of skin falling on my freshly clean lenses drives me bonkers. So I always end up using gloves, and also keeps the oils off of it. And lastly, a little tiny Gerber multi-tool. Just has a pair of little pliers on it. I think it might have a flathead in here too, and a knife. Just a little tiny tool, some scissors on it too, I believe, just to be able to kind of tighten things that you may or may not need to do. I mean, it seems like kind of an odd, self-explanatory thing, but I mean, multi-tools are awesome, so you never know when you might need it. So there we go. Oh, and bottle opener too. So that's kind of my cleaning kit that I end up using. I, believe it or not, tend to use it more often than you might think, especially because out here in the desert, we got lots of sand and dust blowing around. And so being able to take out your cleaning kit and clean off your lenses really quickly, whether it be with just the microfiber cloth and or an actual lens wipe, is really nice. And you'd be amazed, kind of like if you people that you wear glasses, you actually tend to kind of look past the dirt, and then you finally look at it and you're amazed that you can see anything. So that's one big thing that I like to try to do, is keep my stuff clean, so that way I can actually see through it. Also, one reason why that I use scope caps, because why not? You spend a lot of money on your various different optics, so why not protect them? And they come up in a pretty small, pretty compact package that you can stick in your backpack. And like I said, it's multi-use, not just for your optics, but also for your glasses and anything else that you might need to do. So I will talk to you guys later.